What's good, my boy? Hopefully my clickbaity title snagged you in. But lucky for you, this is not a clickbait video at all. So often you see these fucking V-Shreds and all these different little online guru diet people trying to give you tips and tricks. They all have a caveat of a magic diet, a magic pill, some sort of fucking eureka all. I do not have that for you. What I have for you is hard. It is going to be hard work, but it is a guarantee. Like all of that shit, you're taking a whim. It'd be like wishing upon a star. Maybe your fucking wish will come true and maybe it won't. This is guaranteed. And the reason why it's guaranteed is my method is used by pro bodybuilders. I didn't come up with it. They didn't come up with it. Scientists fucking figured this shit out and was like, hey dog, whenever it comes to losing weight, gaining weight, putting on muscle, and the food side of things, all it is energy expenditure. Think about whenever you go run or you work outside in the heat, you start feeling fatigued, you start sweating, you start feeling hot. You've expended a lot of energy. When you work out real hard in the gym, or for the first time in a while and you're not used to it, you expend a lot of energy and you must replace that with calories. But the caveat to that is you don't want to do too much because then you'll start packing on some pounds. You don't want to do too little because then you'll start losing too many pounds. There's a fine balance with it. It all comes down to calories in, calories out. This shit works, and you could even eat some fucking trash bullshit diet and it would still work. Now, would you want to do that? Probably not. There's other factors to like brain fog, the way you feel, and all these different things that we'll get into later. But at a baseline, it all comes down to calories in, calories out. It's what the pro bodybuilders use, and they get fucking paid for it. Their whole livelihood depends on losing and gaining weight. So, we got over that. Now, you might be thinking, who's this shirtless fucking dude with long hair talking to me? Well, my name's Cameron. I'm a general contractor in Texas, and a couple years ago, I used to weigh 300 pounds. I lost all the pudge, a lot of trial and error, years of digesting content online, looking for a magic eureka moment, until I finally realized there's no such thing. And at the end of the day, it all goes back to calories in, calories out. You saw the thumbnail, and I'll try to put up a couple more pictures in the video to add context to it. I lost this fucking weight, and at first I did it the wrong way. Then I put on a bunch more pounds. Then I lost it again. And really, I had grown up my whole life as a teenager fat. I was a fat kid all the way from 5th grade to 11th grade. I hated that shit. And at some point I started to accept it and be like, alright, I'm gonna just be fat from now on. But a traumatic moment changed me. Because really, humans change through two things. They change through some sort of a traumatic experience that forced them to do it, or they change through guidance, kind of like what I'm doing right now. But it forced me to change. I had got a disease that caused abscesses on my body, and they really got bad because I was so fat my thighs would rub together, and when they'd rub together they would cause the abscesses 10 times worse, and it was either lose the fucking weight or suffer in pain. So I decided to lose the weight. I went all the way from about 300 pounds to 150. It took me about a year to do so. A year of, alright, I'm going to eat one meal a day and I can still eat enchiladas. Until finally later on, probably 6 months later, I realized, alright, this calories in, calories out thing kind of makes sense. Let me implement it a little bit. And it worked. I lost the weight, and I also kept muscle that I was working out, trying to keep. It was like a miracle. It was the magic I had been searching for. And the shit happened. So that's my experience. I ain't gonna give you my whole fucking life story. I don't gotta give you all them basic details. We'll go more into depth in future videos, because my mission from here on out is to help people lose weight. And I'm gonna make a video every single day about it, numerous clips, and talk about it in a podcast at the end of the week. So if you fuck with that, give me a follow and follow along. But we're not done. Now, I told you earlier we were going to talk about brain fog and all that, but I'm going to get it out of the way, because if you're a fat person trying to lose weight, that's probably the least of your worries. You don't give a fuck. You like the food. You're just trying to figure out a way to lose the weight and still be able to eat what you like and all that. And I'm here to tell you, if you truly want to lose weight, have a better life, go after shit, and go after your dreams, ambitions, whatever fairy shit they tell you. You have to have an absolute life change. You have to change your life for this. But let's entertain the whole let's entertain the whole diets and whole foods and all that shit. What do I practice now? I practice calories in, calories out with a whole foods diet. If I want to gain weight, I'll monitor my scale, work out really hard because you got to account for all those extra calories, burn them off and use them towards something. And if I want to lose weight, I will account for that by eating less. See how simple it is? Gain weight, eat more. Lose weight, eat less. And let me tell you, the calories in and calories out can all be tracked and counted by you in a process that takes no longer than 1 minute. So, I told you, you saw in the title of this video, I advertised that for $12 you could achieve your dream body. Now, I don't have a single thing to sell you. What I do have something to sell you on is the idea of changing your fucking life and bettering yourself. And that $12 item, let's go ahead and get it out of the way, is this. This is actually like an $8 food scale on Amazon, minus the batteries. You probably got to pay another $2 for two AAA batteries. But whenever I wanted to lose weight, I got super desperate. And I saw these people talking about measuring your food and counting the calories through a calorie tracker. So I measured every single piece of food I ate. And I got all the way down to 150 pounds. I felt great. And then I realized I can maintain this weight by eating whatever I want now. I'm not going to really gain a lot of weight, and I'm not going to lose any more weight, but I can maintain. So let me go ahead and get on that point for a little bit. With that food scale, you do not have to use this every single day for the rest of your life if you just want to be a normal person with less pounds on you. I promise you, with just a little bit of implementation of this, you will understand foods and different weights of them and what you got to do. And it all comes down to a formula like this. Most men, my age, you want to have a decent physique with some muscles and shit, a little lats, little biceps, little trapezoids, whatever the fuck they call them. You want to have that, right? Well, I promise you, it's very achievable. It is very achievable. All you got to do is go to the gym a little bit, track your food, and it'll just happen on autopilot. You don't even have to think that much about it. And here's the coolest thing. I'm going to save you the $12 right now by telling you, you don't even really need this. Most food, when you go to the grocery store, right? You can buy pre-cooked food if you got the pocketbook for that. But if you don't got the pocketbook, most of all the food you buy in the store, you can buy in 1-pound packages. Now here's the diet model or food model I'm going to sell you, and you can eat whatever you want on it. I want you to make sure you have 200 grams of protein a day. And this is the model if you are going to the gym and you're working out trying to build something. 200 grams of protein a day. Now, you eat that, and guess what? Everything after that is free. That's the model I give. That's what I'm giving to you if you still want to eat like shit and so forth and you don't really care. Now, there's another model if you want to actually get healthy and you want to make the full lifestyle change. And that is a whole foods diet. I mean, it's hard for me to know your circumstances. We'll get into that a little bit later. But if I don't know your circumstances, I can't really create this for you. But there are formulas and calorie trackers all online for free. And you can calculate this shit in a matter of like 20 minutes. If you truly want this. Because don't play yourself and watch this video thinking that I'm going to sell you on some amazing thing. I won't. I'm giving you the hard and the truth. I'm giving you the reality to this. I'm giving you the reality to this. Okay? You gotta be you gotta be realistic, not autistic, dog. You gotta understand, there are proven things that everybody uses, especially the ones that get paid, and it's free and at your disposal to use too. So if you truly want to change, what's a year on your life? The way most people are living fat as fuck now, they're already taking years off their life. So what if they trade those years they took off their life later on of enjoyment, put them to the now, lose the weight, and then have the rest of the time as fun instead of having it all as misery? Because let's be real, I'm going to go back and channel in my inner fat boy and think about what it was like. I hated my fucking life. I hated that shit. The only fun moments I had was whenever I was playing World of Warcraft for 14 hours a day and I could escape. Or watching the Lord of the Rings because I could escape and be Frodo for a little bit. Or whenever I was playing CSGO or Fortnite with my boys on voice chat, drinking a gallon of Arizona iced tea, eating handfuls of goldfish out of the box. Those are the happiest times. Everything else was just spit in my head. I couldn't do any of the physical things other people did. I wasn't like a fat power lifter. I was just a regular fat fucking nerd. I couldn't go and play basketball or football. If I did that, I would start breathing heavily. It would just fuck me up. And then I'd feel even worse about myself. So, it's all around a negative to be fat. I don't care if you jump up on one leg and pat yourself on the head and rub your belly like a monkey or something. I don't give a fuck what you do. But let's be real here. Being fat sucks. It is a hindrance to your health. A hindrance to your quality of life. I see fat people where they gotta wear a mask to sleep because they're so fat. The fat restricts around their neck and fucks with the airflow when they breathe at night. There's so many variables to it. You sweat. You gotta clean yourself more or you will stink. You can develop abscesses on your body from the friction of the fat rubbing together. It's just all around a hindrance, dog. People are going to view you lesser. When you build a good body and have fucking muscles and are thin, people respect you because they understand the discipline that took. You have a different presence about yourself, and you start to speak with more conviction. And once you lose that weight, for me, I lost the weight, and then I just started craving more and more and more. And in this 2-year period, I've built my own construction business and done so many great things. It's been like a constantly going. It changed my whole fucking life just losing the weight. So, I hope I could sell you on losing the weight. Now, we went over all this shit. Now, I want to get to, you're probably been thinking this whole video, what is he selling? What is he selling? Let's get into that. Now, I want to first go and define what learning is and why learning is hard. I spent about a year and a half digesting content from thousands of creators online. From the fucking snake oil salesman gurus, to the niche little 1,000 subscriber channels with tips and tricks, to the fucking deadlift, the dudes in my gym who are power lifters deadlifting 800 pounds and they all were personal trainers on the side, to every single little thing, to the little pretty boy influencers on TikTok. I digested all of that content, and what did it lead me to? It all led to calories in, calories out, but that's not what I'm getting at. You heard how I mentioned it took me a year and a half to just digest the content, to figure out and make realizations and connections and epiphanies in my brain to understand what works. So you realize that not only, if you want to implement this for the rest of your life, are you going to have to spend a shit ton of time learning, you're also going to have to lose the weight. But, and there is a big, giant ass but, big ass juicy but in front of you. Let's talk about online gurus and consultants and where their purpose lies. Lots of people will say, oh, you're an online guru, or this online guru is fucking stupid and just saying nonsense. Fuck him, he's a scammer. Oh, of course, the course bro's got another course to sell. Ha ha ha. They say all that shit, right? You know I'm right. They say shit like that all the time. But let's actually we define learning. Let's define what a consultant or a guru online actually does, like a Hamza person or something like that. They have spent the hours it would have taken you, the years it would have taken you learning that content. They have gathered it all into a toolbox or reservoir, if you will, and people will pay them hundreds of dollars an hour just for them to tell them their problems, them reach inside that little toolbox and be like, oh, here's a metaphor, an analogy, a story about your situation and different perspectives and frames to think about it. And guess what it does? Those people who are paying them, it works because they pay them. They're paying them so anytime they have a little bump in the road, they can get into that person's toolbox and keep going forward. It's the same thing as in, say they have something in their office and it breaks down and they can't make more money from it. They get it fixed so they can keep going. When they get a flat tire or their radiator breaks in their car, they get it fixed so they can keep driving. That is what they pay these people. It's all self-investment. When you fix your car, it is an investment in yourself so you can keep going to your job and making money or keep getting from point A to point B. Same thing with this shit in online consulting. It's helping you. You're paying for the convenience of being able to quickly get back on your feet from point A to point B. So, now we get to the fun question. What am I selling you exactly? It's not a $12 food scale. It's not a fucking $50 pre-workout supplement. It's not a $1,000 hour course or any of that bullshit. What am I selling you and what is the price? There is no price. What I'm selling you is 100% free, but you gotta earn it. Yeah, that's right. I give you a challenge in this video. I've chosen to take on 5 people. My time is very important because I run this construction shit. All my free time goes into that, as well as making these videos trying to help people online. But I sat and I thought to myself, whenever I lost this 100 pounds, I'm gonna get a little personal here. I felt so great. I helped myself for the first time, and I realized that it's possible to change your life. And the reason why I was fat in the first place was, one, I was lazy. I needed to take that accountability. But I had become a product of my environment. Most of the people in my family are overweight. Some of them severely overweight and have had heart attacks. I've had many deaths in my family from heart attacks. And I saw people like my parents or my little brother gaining weight. And whenever you lose the weight and you help yourself, then what's the next thing you want to do? You want to help others. But you can't force your beliefs on other people. And the other thing is, they're not going to help themselves. They're not going to change unless they want to help themselves. And I spent another year after I changed myself trying to change them. And it ate on me. I live with my grandpa, and he's 75 years old, and he's very obese. And he drinks every single day. And it's heartbreaking to see, because it's almost, you can see the decline happen in real time with his health. And I can't do anything about it, because you can't change them unless they want to change. You can't sit there and force them to do this and that. But here's the thing with you. You have the free will. You have the time to change. You can make a difference in your whole fucking life right now. And it's free. You don't have to do anything but listen and trust me. And it's not just with self-help. I want to see people go up on a trajectory like I did. Numerous things. I've digested so much content, and I have the fucking experience to say so. I have my business, and I have my fucking weight I've lost. I'll show the pictures of both. But it's a little bit going to be competitive. What you can do is, I'm going to put my email in the description. I'll say it on here. Cameron, Kameron, J. Arthur, Arthur, @gmail.com. Send me an email. Send me a little, maybe a picture of you cupping your titties or something like that. I don't know how fat you are. And we'll talk. We'll get on some sort of a call, get to know each other a little bit and talk. I'm going to screen you and I'm going to ask you certain questions because I can't spin my wheels here. I want to truly make an impact, and I am willing to dedicate all of my free time to 5 individuals and completely change their life for free. I'm not going to charge them a single fucking dime. And I'm going to put all my effort into all 5 of them, okay? That is my promise. So, the clock is ticking. I'm going to keep making videos. I make 350 pieces of content advertising my views and trying to help people online. So this message will be out 350 times across the internet. If you see it and you're lucky enough to be early in it, send me the email. We'll talk. I'll reach out to you and we'll discuss things and see what plans and how you are and your variables of your situation, and we'll make something happen. I don't want to make a time commitment, but I can almost guarantee that any single person who wants to be a part of this free thing, it's completely fucking free because I really don't care. I make enough money with my construction shit. Of course, I like to make millions of dollars in some like online business like all these people preach, but this is truly something that I'm doing 100% free. And again, it's because I just want to help people. I've had a hard time doing it with people in my family who don't want to help themselves. So my hope is that maybe online I can find people who truly do want to help themselves. So if you're interested, again, email's in the description. Shoot me an email. I'll be checking it, looking at it daily. We'll see. We'll talk. I'll screen you a little bit. And if I feel like you are truly motivated to do so, I'll put all my fucking time in you and believe in you, dog. Chase paper and enjoy nature also, and have a great day. Hope to see you soon.